Welcome back to the Plays with Cars YouTube channel, where today we have an update on that project, and that project, and that project, and that project. That's right, it is a complete fleet update. In fact, we even have an update on that project. Yes, you can see Project Overlander is gone. The Range Rover, we have successfully sold it. It is out of our lives for good, with just a little bit of rust and gunk left over. So what does that leave us? What is our current fleet? What is the plan with them? Well, first and foremost, we have Project Boostwagon. This is our 2012 Ford Flex EcoBoost twin turbo all-wheel drive. It is a titanium. This particular one has a Roush cold air intake and a custom tune on it from Unleashed Performance. That tune is working correctly. We've diagnosed everything on the car. We had a bad wastegate actuator valve. Actually, the valve wasn't bad. It had come off the actual wastegate itself, and so had to put the arm back on and stuff. Anyways, long story short, everything works as it should. What's coming up for that is drag strip testing. We'll be taking it to Portland International Raceway, where we will we're going to leave the intake on it and stuff, but we're going to put the stock tune in it and the stock MAF, make some runs, and then put the tune back in it and the I think it's a 3.5 bar MAF, and go from there and see how much the tune itself actually gives to the car. So that's what's happening with Boostwagon. And then we have Project Audi here. Now you can see Audi is in the garage, which doesn't normally happen. We were actually planning on taking this to the Audi Club Northwest tour on Maryhill. Maryhill is a private road in Oregon that you do hill climbs on. This is just a touring event. It's not a hill climb. We were really looking forward to it, but she is down for the count. The clutch is giving out on this. It already has an upgraded aftermarket clutch of unknown provenance. We saw it in there when the trans was off to do rear timing cover seal thingies at the dealer when we had first gotten it. But we don't know when it was installed. We don't know anything about it. And what's happening is the clutch is engaging with the pedal like all the way on the floor. So like as soon as you come off the floor, it like starts engaging right away. It seems to hold like all the way through the RPM range, but when the car gets warmed up at all, we have a really hard time getting it into gear, especially first and second. Reverse is basically impossible. We've put a JXB Performance short shifter in it and the extended slave cylinder down on the bottom. All new fluid in the trans, all new fluid in the hydraulic system. Nothing has helped. The clutch is definitely done for. So we actually have an appointment for that to do at a shop, because as you see here, I have no lift, and the trans on this thing is a bear. So we are going to let a shop do that one. We are putting in a South Bend clutch, the Stage 2 Endurance, because that's what we need for Project Audi. So unfortunately, she's going to miss Maryhill. Not going to have a whole lot happening with this until that clutch gets done in the end of October, which means we're taking Project Porsche S2 on the hill climb. Yes, you can see this is the car that we used at our wedding and our honeymoon, which was, of course, driving cross country, coast to coast, from Florida to Washington State in this car with 215,000 miles. So it will be at Maryhill next weekend doing that tour with Audi Club. The only things you have to do before then is actually fix these. We lost this little bumper button somewhere after Tail of the Dragon. I've got some new ones in. I need to prime them and paint them. So I'm hoping to do a video on that, because I'm actually going to use an airbrush and the real Porsche Guards Red paint. So I'm going to make it look matching perfectly instead of using one of my million spray cans there. Those of you that follow this channel and do Miniatures Mondays know that we build scale models of cars and can get some really nice finishes, but still this automotive paint is a wee bit different. So we're going to try something with the airbrush on that. So that's the video coming up on that one, which leaves the original Project Porsche, which you can see is outside right now because it's being a commuter. With that thing's clutch done for, we can't really drive it in Portland traffic. So this one's hauling all the kiddos like usual, and this one is being the commuter. It's been doing just fine. No issues with it at all, actually. It's been running fantastic. Really no complaints. No real updates for it either, except for we have a really cool video to do on underbody aero. You see Porsche sells front brake duct work pieces. I'm not real sure what they're called. They're kind of like deflectors that go on the control arms, and the same thing for the rear with built-in air strakes in them, and we've picked those up. They've actually just come in, so we're going to do a video on those pieces and how to get really trick underbody aero for super cheap, believe it or not, from Porsche of all places. And we'll be installing those on Project Porsche the Boxster, because that is our time trial car. So that's what we've got going on here on the fleet at the Plays with Cars YouTube channel. So hopefully we'll have that one fixed up by the end of October. This one's going to Maryhill next weekend. Look for videos on that, plus the painting the stuff. This one's going to go to the drag strip sooner or later to have that testing done with the Unleashed Performance tune on it. And that was just getting driven. And that underbody, that really trick underbody arrows. So that's what's coming up on the channel. That's what you can look forward to on everything. Apologies if you were a Range Rover fan, but that one just had to go. We had to pare the fleet down to 4. So that's the current fleet here at the Plays with Cars YouTube channel here in beautiful Pacific Northwest. And hopefully we'll see you in those upcoming videos.